Hello, everyone. You're welcome to another live. Okay, this is the first live we are having on this channel. So, with me here is Gloria. I want to look at some of the headlines, some of the trending topics on the social media. The first one that caught my attention is this post that was tweeted by Shehu Ghazali. And he said, if Tinubu is not disqualified by the court, then the judiciary is a rogue judiciary. It means the judiciary is a bandit judiciary feeding on injustice and blood of innocent Nigerians. It means the judiciary is not the problem of Nigeria. It means the judiciary is the problem of Nigeria and not politicians. So, guys, you've seen it, and he ended it up with this hashtag, all eyes on the judiciary. So, actually, this post is really so interesting because, he really nailed it. He nailed it. As in, if Tinubu is not disqualified, with the overwhelming evidence that we have before our judges, for God's sake, why would they not do the needful? Why would they not summon that courage? People keep saying they are under pressure, but I tell you, this is the opportunity that our judges have to shine across the world. I mean, across the globe. They have to come and, the world needs to celebrate them if they can summon that courage to come out, call a spade without any fear or favor. Just do the right thing. We have overwhelming evidence before them to prove that Peter Obi won the 2023 presidential election. But the question remains, if our judiciary, I mean our judges, really have that political will to deliver justice. So when you look at this guy's tweets, I tell you, it means a lot. It means a lot that if justice is not dispensed, it means that Nigerians, it means that the judiciary is the real problem, not even our politicians. Because our judiciary is one of the institutions that has that power to stop and to sanction these our politicians each time they misbehave. You call them to order. You can't just leave them and this impunity we are seeing keep reoccurring all the time. We have to send them, strong signals. Like for those of them that easily forge certificate, look at all the forgery we've been making headlines since this 2023 presidential election. People keep saying this person forged, and all that. If the judiciary can take their stance, and sanction these people, I tell you, before any of them come out to vie for a position, they want to think and rethink if the sources of the document they want to submit to INEC are genuine. But if you just leave them like that, what do you expect? They will keep doing it, and then Nigeria will keep sliding every day. Look at, things are not getting better. We've been complaining about our electoral process for long, and this is the only time, I mean, a golden opportunity that we have to fix things. And honestly, the judiciary just have to do the needful. They should summon that courage. They should summon that courage. Gloria, it appears you have something to say. Over to you.
Yes, when Peter Obi went to court, when he was saying that he wants to go to court, that's when the INEC declared Tinubu as winner. Some persons were saying some things like, there is no need of going to court because the same people that are in the White House are the same people that are in court. You understand? So most of them were actually having that mindset. I believe if the judiciary is able to do the right thing, they will actually boost Nigeria confidence in our judiciary. Because most people out there have lost confidence in the judiciary. They just have this mindset that there are people that are actually above the law. That's people in government. They feel that these people are actually above the law. So I believe the judiciary actually owe us this responsibility of doing the right thing. They owe us the responsibility of doing the right thing. From all the evidences that Peter Obi and the Labour Party have presented before the courts, he's actually the winner. He is the winner. You understand? So they are meant to actually do the right thing at this point in time without fear. A wise man once said something. He said that everybody in this world works under pressure. There's no sector, both the banking sector, almost all the sectors, they actually work under pressure. So, but that does not mean that because you're under pressure, you will now give somebody cash that they are not withdrawing. For example, in banks, you pay for it. So that's the same thing. We know that these men are under pressure. It's not what they're actually handling, it's not a light matter. It's not maybe a matter of robbery. This is a matter that involves the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But I believe they still have the capacity to do the right thing because they actually swore the oath to Nigerians that they are going to uphold justice. So I believe that they should do the right thing. They should do the right thing. If they don't do the right thing, like you said, many persons will lose confidence in the judiciary, and then it will just be like the whole political apathy that this 2023 election tried to kill will resurrect. Because before now, we
honestly.
had people that people will never go out to vote.
To
They'll be like,
vote,
no, I beg.
honestly,
They'll be like,
many
no. They
Nigerians,
already know people that will win. Yes. You know,
yes,
people have this mindset that,
yeah, you can finish what
okay,
you want.
okay, before now, many people have this mindset that they already know they are winners. So there's no need for me to go out and vote because they already know people that are going to win. But this 2023 elections, when Peter Obi came out and his campaign, the way he sold to the people of Nigeria what he's going to do for us, many persons bought into his ideology and then went out to vote. So this particular justice, if it's not carried out properly, I believe it's going to resurrect political apathy among Nigerians. Sincerely.
That point is very, very important, honestly, because we had people that have never voted all their
Yeah,
lifetime. But because
yeah,
Mr. Peter Obi was involved, people saw that this man is immaterial. He'll be able to, come up with decisions that will take Nigeria to the next level. Because all Nigerians want in our politicians is just that level of sincerity. We just want people that are sincere. And Peter
mm,
Obi has always told us that he will make sure he carries us along. He will tell us this money, this is what I want to use it for. And I'm not going to spend it on this. Here is my reason. So I will deny you of this, but look at where you are going to get the benefits. And he will ensure everything is transparent. You can imagine the kind of
true.
government we have today in Nigeria. This government is being run under secrecy. You don't even know what is happening. Look at the Buhari's regime. All the money that was recovered, the ones that were borrowed, and all that. Nobody knew where they went to. As in, people were confused. What and what did they use all this money for? Even up to today,
Okay.
Nigerians cannot really say, okay, this was what this at the last administration achieved. And with this present administration, it appears the same thing because APC likes to bring politics into everything they are doing. They
Yeah.
like to put their party first before the Nigerian people, or Nigeria itself as a country. They forget that it's all about the people. Government is all about the people. But this is what our politicians keep forgetting. So you can imagine if our judiciary just
Yeah.
come up and play one dirty game. I tell you, the interest of Nigerians when it comes to
Mhm.
coming out to for election to cast their vote will be
For,
real dampened. Nigerians will not want to. We even know the risks that is involved coming out to cast your vote. Some people will
yeah.
just take that risk, you know. And at the end of the day, they will tell you that
Yeah.
it's the judiciary that will decide. If you are not happy, go to court. If you are not satisfied, go to court. And at the end of the day, the
Yeah.
judiciary will just turn everything upside down. Tell me,
Upside
who will want
down.
to vote
Or they
again?
will keep
Who want to
elongating the
come out?
matter for 8 years. Like the one of TM Buhari and Atiku. Atiku was in court
Mhm.
throughout Buhari's regime. That was a total waste of time. So there was no need of going to court
Honestly,
because the person you are fighting in court actually completed his whole 8 years tenure and you were still in court. So the whole the whole matter is actually a bit funny. Did you get me?
it's really funny, my sister. It's really funny, but I
It's
just
funny.
pray
Oh.
that this our judiciary, oh, God should just give them that courage. God should give them that courage,
Yeah.
honestly, to come out boldly and say, this is our decision. And when people look at it from all angles, they will know that actually they made the right decision. So Nigerians will be very happy if at all they will do that. We are just hoping and also praying for them that God will give them that courage. Another topic I want us to look at is this latest development. We have this guy who is a first class graduate from the University of Ibadan, beaten to death for stealing bread. Fellow Nigerians, this is where we are today. This is how wrong things have gone in Nigeria. You can imagine a first class, not just a graduate, a first class graduate. This is somebody that must have spent all his time reading, studying, attending classes, just to ensure that he emerges with this kind of result. And at the end of the day, Nigeria could not even fix him anywhere. This is really shocking. It's really shocking. Honestly, headlines like this shouldn't even come up because it will end up discouraging our younger generation from studying. As in, people will not want to study. If somebody that had first class is not living fine in Nigeria, can imagine going to steal bread, and at the end of the day, he was beaten to death.
Yes.
Hmm.
Ah,
Honestly,
it's
things
really
have gone.
pathetic. It's really pathetic. When I saw this story, I actually felt bad because I know the investments this young man would have made in himself even while in school to actually come out with first class from University of Ibadan. That's UI. We all know UI, that is actually one of the best schools in Nigeria. So
Hmm.
he invested time, and the parents also invested money to send him to school. But at the end of the day, after the long years in school, he came out with nothing to fall back on and then died this kind of painful death. It's actually really painful that our government is actually not paying attention to the young people. What they're actually after most times is just to go back to office. It's my turn, is this done? So they're just after the politics without paying attention to the thousands of graduates in Nigeria that have nothing to do or nothing to fall back on. And it's really pathetic. It's a very, very bad one and a sad one that our government does not even care about its citizens. It's sad. For this
It's really
particular
sad.
young man, it's bad that he ended this way. But what I just have to say again about this is the fact that the government of the day should actually wake up and actually help Nigerians. Wake up and help Nigerians. Because if this man, I know that
And
most
for
times,
me, I think people with results like this should just be given automatic employment.
yes, yes,
Honestly,
that's
if
what I want to
somebody had
because
invested such time studying,
yeah,
and coming up with this kind of result, first class students, I think they should just be employed automatically. Don't just waste a month after their graduation. Just as they are leaving the university, they should be going to their place of assignment to pick up their job. It's really so discouraging seeing this kind of thing happening in Nigeria. We know Nigeria is one of the most stressful environment for students. You can
yes,
imagine in a class, you'll be in hundreds, attending just one lecture. There are
one
people that
lecture.
will have to trek to their classes. You have one class here, the next lecture is happening over there, and the next lecture is somewhere else, and you keep running around. At the end of the day, you manage to come out with this kind of result, and you can't lay hold on any job opportunity. Honestly, you can imagine. And we don't even have free education kind of school system. You must pay.
You must pay for it. I feel that's
Hmm.
actually one of the things the NYC is meant to address. That people leave school and then are posted to offices, and at least within that 1 year, they are equipped to be able to be absorbed into those companies. But they don't do that. So
They don't.
NYC they just get to post you randomly to some places that you don't even understand. So at the end of the day,
Mhm.
people use that 1 year and then receive just peanuts from the federal
Yeah,
government, and then after that service year, they have nothing to fall back on. So one thing again, the federal government needs to actually restructure is the NYC. So it should be structured in a way that students who graduate go for their service and are posted to places that are relevant to what they studied in school, that at least after their service year they have assurance that okay, we'll get job in this place. I'm going to start working in this sector. This is what I will be doing for them. And at least I've used that 1 year to understand the sector and I will do well there. So it's actually going to reduce this unemployment, reduce robbery. Most times when you go out sef and you see young people that are into both yahoo and they are into robbery, most of them they are graduates, they are intelligent people, but they don't have
Yeah,
anything to fall back on.
doing. Mm-hmm.
They don't have anything to fall back on. So it's usually like that. And for most people that graduate with first class, most of them are actually this kind of single-minded people. They just want to focus on their studies and then
Mm-hmm.
maybe get a white collar job, and they have no
Mm-hmm.
time to do extra activities like
Social
maybe
life
going
is
to.
not for them.
Yeah, so because they are focused and they expect that at the end of the day, I'll be able to get a good placement with this my certificate. But it's no longer like that in Nigeria. The whole situation is actually taking a very, very bad turn, that even what you studied in school, most times is not what you're going to practice. And then we have more of entrepreneurs now because people are just trying to struggle on their own, trying to hustle on their own. And we have the same generation of people enjoying in public office. And it's
Hmm.
bad.
No wonder the Nigerian youths came out en masse to support Peter Obi, despite all that they tried to stop him. But you can
Yeah.
imagine the kind of votes that INEC even allocated to Peter Obi, 6 point something million votes. We are not even talking about the ones they stole from him, just the one that INEC declared, which is not even correct. Somebody that just came for the first time into this
First time.
presidential race. So the Nigerian people are just yearning for a new Nigeria. Honestly, stories like this do break my heart, because looking at it, I know what it takes some parents, you know, to sponsor their children for that 4 years. Some people had 5 years in school. Some people had 7 or 6 years, together with the ASO strike that do complicate issues for students. And after all this, your child will not be able to boast for any good employment. Look at this man going out to steal bread. I mean, steal bread. It's really so shameful. It's really so shameful. I just hope that
It's painful.
this,
It's painful.
this, yeah, I hope that this title will really, you know, be broadcasted so that people will see it and also know that Nigeria really needs uh, God's hand, as in something needs to be done. There was this lawmaker that came up with one bill last time trying to stop students from leaving Nigeria, especially those in the medical field, like doctors,
Yeah.
lab scientists, nurses, and all that. They were like, they shouldn't be japping, they shouldn't be leaving the country. But you can imagine this kind of scenario. Somebody like this, if he has opportunity to travel out, what will he be waiting? What will he be waiting for? Why wait for the next minute? As in, with first class, you can't even feed. You are going to steal a loaf of bread. Tell me why people will not be leaving Nigeria. And most times, they don't even address problems from their root causes. They will just
Yeah.
come and say one thing or the other. Want to pass this bill because we don't have enough doctors. You don't ask yourself, why are your doctors leaving
Doctors
Nigeria? Is there any step we can take to remedy this situation? Is there any way we can support them? Things like that don't come up. And these are senators that people keep speculating that their salaries are in millions and millions, and they don't want to make it open. And then you see Nigerians going to look for a greener pasture because they can't find anything good in Nigeria. You want to stop them. Look at this kind of development. So this guy, tell me if somebody's in Britain now telling him to come over, assuming he was a medical doctor, you go and tell him not to.
not to go.
Hmm.
It's the thing there is that, like you said, they don't address issues from the roots. You do not give these people good employment, but you want to stop them from leaving. It's not possible. For example, there's nobody that you will give sweets in the mouth and the person will be looking for maybe something pepper to put. No, it's not possible. If Nigeria is conducive for the younger generations. They will keep staying here. But the fact that you finish school and it's just like what you are having, your degree certificate is just like paper. Anywhere you go, it's impossible. Just okay, when I okay, let me use myself as an example. When I was in camp, then during my when I served, we're in camp for 3 weeks, and one thing they keep telling us in camp is that there is no job anywhere. Oh. Just go and learn SAID. That's skill acquisition training. They'll just they organize in camp. They'll just say, let pick one skill, build on, so that you use your service here and learn it. This is something that we know that in Nigeria there are jobs. There are jobs in Nigeria, but we have people that are sitting on it. We have people that are actually packaging it for their own people, for their family. So this is one of the major reasons why people keep living, younger generations keep living. And most times people won't live without any plan of what they're going to do abroad. Let it be that they are living. They're
They're
just
just
living and living.
living.
Most times it might not reduce. Japa is something that to a very large extent will keep happening because
Happening,
many
yeah.
Nigerians
Yeah,
are
it's
still
not
going
stopping anytime soon. And with developments like this,
it's not
it's not going
stopping
to
anything.
end anytime soon, because who doesn't want to at least take care of your family after spending their money? Some of them sold their lands to pay for your school fees. Who would not want to pay back? Take care of your younger ones and all that. You graduated, you are still eating from your mother's pot. You can't even support her. Nigerians are not comfortable with this kind of lifestyle that we are seeing in Nigeria. Honestly, things have to change. It's really so pathetic that this man's life had to end this way. And I just hope that this will also ginger the obedience. Let's know that this fight is not for just for fighting's sake. We are fighting a good fight. We are fighting for a good cause. We are fighting for a new Nigeria. So if you have been into this, don't get discouraged. We want a better Nigeria. This is not even Peter Obi's fight. Like he always say, he's not the one running for the presidency. Nigerians are running through him. He keeps saying it. We are the ones running for that position, not Peter Obi. So when we are putting in our energy, our strength, please, let's not relent. Let's not feel discouraged. Let's not, allow our motivation to be killed. Let's keep pressing on, because we know that one day the judiciary must declare Peter Obi the winner of this presidential election, and it will soon happen. We will all bear it. We will all bear witness of what is going to happen in no distance time. So I want to thank you all for joining us. We don't want to keep this session very long so that you'll be able to watch the video from beginning to end. So thank you so much for joining us, and we are hoping that you will equally join in our next live session. We enjoy your presence. Thank you, and see you in our next video. Bye.